This conference will now be recorded.
The D365 Finance and Operations, how we work on it, and we will be starting from scratch. So I will be giving you, so today is, let me go to the environment first. This is our environment actually. Okay, and this is our URL. Okay, so let us go from here. Let me take one note from here and then we will start. Firstly, I will tell you what we are going to do, and then based on it, you can start your discussion. Okay, so let us have a look on one more thing. Just a minute, this is actually my VM machine. Okay, meanwhile, it gets set up. I will add one more section over here, and this is for December 2024 batch 1. Hmm. So what we are going to do, what actually is D365 Finance and Operations? I believe you have already seen it uh, in your demo. Okay, so now we are going to start with our classes. So let me take you to the topic for the day, and then we will start. Okay, so what are the modules we are going to crack in it? So the first thing we will be understanding what actually is D365 Finance and Operations. Okay, so this will be my core topic for today. Okay, and then we are going to start with our module, which is not the module, majorly the core setups, which will be utilized in core setups in FNO. In short, I will write it like this. Okay, finance and operations, and then I'm going to take up the starting with my financial management. Okay, so financial management and financial management, and then finally we will be starting with our after the financial management we will be starting with our navigation and general options. Navigation and general options. So this is the topic for this week actually. Okay, I will try, it will take some time. Navigation and general topics. Okay, so this week we are on right now we are working on, we are on 12th of December. So this week 12th of December, I believe today is what, how many classes we have? Today is Thursday, so not today. I will try to complete it in 3 classes Thursday. Okay, so this is the schedule for the classes which we are covering. So firstly, we should understand the topics first, and then it will be better for all of us to decide. Okay, now what actually is D365 Finance and Operations? So D365 Finance and Operations is an ERP system, and this is an ERP system. So under this ERP system, what happens is, just a minute, I'm coming, 1 minute. So yeah, let's go with our first topic. What is D365 for finance and operations and how we work in it? What actually little bit of history that might be asked in your interview questions as well. Okay, so D365 Finance and Operations is an ERP system. ERP is an enterprise resource planning software. Okay, so there are multiple softwares in the ERP, which are the competitors of finance and operations. One is an SAP system, and another one is an Infor. Uh, then we have Oracle. Okay, so and one of the product is D365. Okay, D365 is specific for Microsoft. This has three products. Okay, and in the business domain, actually business applications, one is the CRM, and this is considered as the new name will be D365. And they have what they have done within CRM, they have divided it into multiple applications. Okay, so these applications are customer insights, then they have sales, then they have marketing. Okay, so different tools are there. Why I'm telling you, when you will be working with a client, okay, so at that time you will be going to Google as well. Okay, there will be few solutions which I also don't know. Okay, which you also don't know. Okay, but somewhere somebody has done this, so you should give the correct keyword. If you are working with the co-pilot also, in the copilot also you have to give the exact keyword, right? So to know the exact keyword, you should understand the product, that you are not asking the customer insight or the sales or marketing. You are specifically asking the D360 of finance and operations. Okay, so whenever you will want to find something, always type at the end D360 FO or finance and operations, the complete name. Then there is a third product called Business Central. Okay, so the Business Central, what Business Central will do? Business Central is actually your small enterprise application. Okay, this is also an ERP system, but it is for small organization where one company is there, or two companies there, or three companies there, where the data is very small. But for finance and operations, you can expect that a large enterprise can handle this application, and you are able to, whatever you are learning over here, that will be applied to all these applications as well. Okay, okay, SAP, Oracle. So the process will be different. Means let's say for example, here going forward, when we will go, we call it legal entity, they call it companies, we call it dimensions, they call it project centers in SAP. So process will be same. Okay, so try to understand the concept. Now coming to coming to little bit of history. ERP system, I told you, if anybody still don't know what is an ERP system, so in an ERP system is an application, is a software application. Okay, what happens in an ERP? In within one software, we try to work with multiple people. Okay, multiple departments. So these are the four departments. Let's say for example, one is your finance department, one is your sales department, marketing department, then there is a let's say IT department. Okay, so all will be working within one application. Okay, if it is not there, if ERP system is not there, what will happen? Finance team will work in Tele. Let's say for example, sales team is working on their own portal. Okay, marketing team is working on their own portal. Portal means D3, like Flipkart, Amazon, like that type of website. IT team is working in Excel sheet. Now what happens? Sales team is asking for a application, or asking, let's say for example, sales team got a lead from a customer that okay, the customer needs 100 iPhones. Marketing team has made the campaign. Now 100 iPhones. Now this particular customer wants 100 iPhone, and your organization is able to achieve it, but due to separate, let's say for example, IT team needs to work on the to enter this application 100. Finance team is saying, I don't have any information about this 100 iPhones, from where we will fund it. Okay, so these things will mess up, है That's why we have an ERP system which has a common database for all these four. Will have a common database, and anytime they will be able to understand, they will be able to take down the latest backup of the data or latest information that okay, this particular inventory is available or not available. That's why we have an ERP system. More you can understand from any YouTube channel. Okay, and it is a very simple concept. You will be able to understand. Okay, now going forward, from where our Dynamics Extra Finance and Operation started, the earlier name for this particular product was AX, or you can say Exapta. Okay, and they started it they started the first version was known as the V1.0, which came in March 1998. Okay, so from March 1998 the product came up, and then going further major versions have came up. Okay, then after that 1.5 came up in October. Okay, so it was a desktop based application first. Okay, 1998, October 1998. Then came the version 2.0 in July 2000, July 1999. Still, it is everything means small changes, with small changes. They are working with the 6 months of, with 6 months of timeline. They are working. Then came the 3.0. Okay, then they came up with a in November 2000 they came up with a stable version. Okay, and this stable version was called as the stable version was taken from one minute. Uh, mm, 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 mm. Hmm. So the stable version came in November 2000. Then they started with a 4.0 in June 2006. From here, they took some time to achieve the next version, which is the 4.0. And so these are the, if you go with the system now, so you will be able to find out few applications also right now, Dynamics AX 4.0. Like that, you will be able to find the application, and this application will be very basic application on a desktop. It is running. Okay, the database is managed within the system. Okay, then from 2009 very stable version came up, AX 2009, which was released in 2009. Means it took around 7 years to release them. Okay, from 4.0, 3 years, sorry. 4.0 came in 2006, but this was considered as a very stable version, AX 2009. Then came up with then we came up with 2008 and AX 2012, and in August 2011, August 2011 we came up with AX 2012. Okay, this was also considered as a very stable version. Means from this they have started with the new journey, and AX was a more stable version which was available in the cloud as well, and at the uh, uh, cloud, when I say, we call it as web client. Okay, so in 2016 they came up with another version, which is called as uh, AX7. Okay, AX 2012, AX7, and then we came up with the final version from 2017. They call it as finance and operations, and everything was moved to FNO, and everything was moved to now cloud. Okay, so now, because this is why this is important for me, I started my journey from 2014. Okay, so from my experience, they asked me that okay, have you worked in AX 2012 or not? Okay, have you worked on AX7 or not? Have you worked on FNO? Okay, so depending upon the need, depending upon my experience, I have to tell them in the interview that okay, this is the versions which will help you out to understand the product also. Okay, so major projects will be on AX 2012 and FNO, but right now what I'm seeing, the trend over here in the market is 80% of the projects are now migrated to finance and operations, and still few projects are also running in 20% are running in AX 2012, but the support for AX 2012 is now not there. from the Microsoft, and they have fully migrated it to FNO. They have asked their customers to go with the FNO part. Now, coming to the part is, this is the history of the product. Let's understand some basic background how D365 works, or what actually is the application. If you want to install the application, how you will be able to install it. So for the installation, I will suggest that, okay, this is the LCS mode. Okay, so in the LCS, this is the lifecycle services. If you go to browser, you will be able to type lcs.dynamics.com. This will be the website. Once you go with the as a functional consultant, if all of you three don't know what actually is a job role, so let's discuss 2 minutes for the job role as well. What type of jobs are there? Okay, so D365 finance and operations has its own modules. Okay, so what are these modules? We have sales and marketing module. Okay, we have supply chain management module. Okay, we have procurement and sourcing module. We have uh, AP module, AR module. Okay, so these are the modules we are going to cover also in the coming days. Okay, so if I show you, I will go over here, and this is my application. Within this application, I will refresh the form. I think here, yeah. So see, uh, I will come on it. If you are not getting what I am telling right now to you, give me 5 more minutes. You will be able to understand everything. Okay, so these are the modules actually. Okay, if I go to accounts payable module, modules are nothing but the departments. Okay, there within a company there will be one team who is working with the accounts payable stream, who is responsible for creating the payment against a particular invoice to which vendor you want to pay. If that type of work you want to give to some uh, department, you will be showing them that, okay, go over here, go check the accounts payable module. There will be vendors. You create your own vendor, create a purchase order. Against the purchase order, generate a invoice, and then do the payment. So means within one module you will be able to gather everything. Okay, then there is account receivable team, one team who is responsible for creating the customer, from the customer, creating the sales order, then creating the invoice, and then going forward the payment methods. Okay, so like this we have different modules. Okay, I will tell you today what are the modules also we are going to cover. But going forward, coming back to my point, I was telling you about this thing, that D365 finance and operations, this is sales and marketing, SCM, procurement, sourcing, accounts receivable. So if you say this is the vendor, okay, now this is the vendor, all vendors. Over here, vendors will be having a form, okay, like you go to the Flipkart, okay, and over there you buy something, you scroll for the items, and then you go for a particular dress or a particular electronic item, okay, you select it, add to the cart, give the payment, and then then the order processing works on. Okay, so this is my vendor. So over here there are multiple fields. Okay, let's say for example I want to add some field in there is a credit rating, credit limit, and one more I want to add one more field, which is a current credit limit. Okay, means uh, what I'm saying that, okay, Apple Informatics Center has a credit limit of, let's say, 10,000 INR. Okay, whatever is the currency over here, this is the currency GBP. Okay, for this particular vendor we are dealing in GBP. GBP means great pounds, I think, है ना? Pound sterling. So what I'm saying over here is this is the GBP. So I want one more field over here which suggests that, okay, what is the current credit limit of the vendor? This is not there in the system. Then what is the approach? Approach is you go to Visual Studio, and then over here you will find out the form, and on the form you will add the field, and you will give it to your client. But this is not done by you, because you will not have the access of the Visual Studio. Okay, so there are two type of jobs that will originate from here. One is your functional consultant, one is your technical consultant. Functional consultant should know all these modules, how sales order is getting processed, how vendors are getting processed, how receivables are getting processed. So you should understand on the process part. Okay, majorly your understanding will be in the processing part. Your interview will majorly focus on the process. Okay, what is the sales process? What are the entries created at the sales process? Or if you, what is the revenue schedule? How fixed assets are going to be managed in the system? So this will be your interview question. Okay, so the role will be your D365 finance and operations. You are going to become a functional consultant. The path of this functional consultant will be, you are based on your experience, you are going to join as associate consultant, secondly your consultant, third is your senior consultant, and then going further architect, solution architect, or solution lead. Okay, then going further you will be getting as a project architect or a project lead. Then within your organization, whatever is your next designation, if you come to big four, it will be director, then it will be associate director, ed, director, and then partner. Okay, so this will be your core overall pathway in your finance and operations as a functional consultant, what you are going to do. Now, what type of projects? I hope this is clear to you. If it is not clear to you, let me know. Okay. From this is the process. Then coming to the project. What type of project will be there? Okay. So I have worked with the finance team. Okay, means where the major core role is with finance. Okay. So in trade and logistics. Okay. Then I have worked with pharma industry. Okay. So and then we have a Coke beverage as well, which is a major client for the Microsoft. So what actually I have done over here, the finance team means the investment banking. Let's say for example the investment banking is there, so what they want is they want to track everything in a particular application, so that whenever they find a particular client, they will be able to work with them. Okay, they will be able to understand the process with them. Okay, so this is investment banking. And then trade and logistic, whatever is your logistics that needs to be tracked within D365, such type of requirements will come. As I will be going further, I will be telling you what actually we are going to do. Okay, so this is the type of projects you will be having. Now coming to the application part, what actually is a software? Okay, how you will install it? Okay, like let's say for example you want to install WhatsApp. What you do for WhatsApp? You go to Android. For Android, there is a Google Play Store. For iOS, we have a iOS Play Store. Okay, so what they do, they put up a APK file. Okay, and that APK gets installed in your mobile, and within that mobile you will be able to play your WhatsApp. Okay, now similarly for D365 Finance and Operations, you have to log into lcs.dynamics.com with your partner ID. This is the key concept over here. Partner ID is required over here. Now this partner ID is a normal email address which is provided to you by the partner. Who is a partner? Partner is the person who will be having access, or who is allowed to install D365 Finance and Operations. If you log in lcs.dynamics.com, you will find nothing in it. Okay, if I go to lcs.dynamics.com, lcs.dynamics.com, see lcs.dynamics.com, lifecycle services. Okay, sign in. Once it gets signed in, you will be able to find a portal. Okay, but this is only, you will be able to get the application only when you will be logging with the partner ID. Okay, partner email ID. So if you don't have this partner ID, what you can do, you can ask Archana. Okay, and she will install the machine in your application. Okay, so in your machine. Okay, now this like in Android, iOS, okay, mobile application, you have an APK. We have a finance and operations toolkit, we call it. Okay, a whole downloadable file will be there for trying to do for uploading it. What you need to do for this tool, you should have a 16 GB of RAM. Okay, the one which I have is a 12 GB of RAM. It works with 12 GB also, but sometimes when I'm taking the class it has given me some issues. Okay, but 12 GB is recommendable. If it is 16 GB it is very good. Then there is a 500 GB of SSD is required. Okay, SSD is required. So this is the minimum uh, configuration which is required in your machine. Then you will be able to install a VM like this. Okay, what you need to do, you need to download a particular VHD. The VHD is a is your what I say VHD is a downloadable machine. Okay, if I show you like this, okay, so current the latest version will be 10.0.41. Okay, so I have a 39 version. Now what you need to do, you need to download it from the LCS environment. From the LCS environment you will be downloading the files, you will be running the exe, and that exe will convert a particular virtual hard disk will be created for you. This virtual hard disk, then you need to go, you will be going with a virtual a Hyper-V should be enabled in your machine. Hyper-V. So this is a Windows Hyper-V virtual machine. Okay, and this Hyper-V, if I select over here you with the Hyper-V you can create your own virtual machine from here. This virtual machine, if I double click on it, I will be able to open my environment. Okay, if I click on the connect button, I will be able to run the VM over here. So it will now run the VM. Okay, so this is one of the VM which I have downloaded in my machine, and I am for the class because it gets slow actually when I take the class. So that's why I have taken a particular VM, and on the VM I am taking this environment. In the VM, what you will get once you will have the from the LCS you have downloaded the VHD using the virtual box also you can configure this VHD. Then with Hyper-V, which is provided by Microsoft, you will be able to run this VM. Okay. Third thing, you go to Archana, ask Archana that okay, I want a particular environment for the practice. Then you will be able to do this. Now, coming to the architecture of D365 Finance and Operations. What is the architecture? For the architecture here, see, it is very simple architecture. We have a database. Database is nothing but where your data is going to be stored. So the data is stored in a virtual machine. I will click on it. Sorry, in your SSRS. Okay, SQL Server. Okay, so at the backend, the database is SSRS or SSMS. This is required because you should understand how where your data is going to be stored. Let's say for example, what is data? This Apple Informatics Center with its address, with its group, everything is a data, right? With uh, it's a information. So where you will store this information at the backend, it is going to the SQL server. Okay, so anybody asks you that you should be able to understand. Now at the front end you have a website. Okay, and and you have a website on which as a functional consultant you will be working on it. There is one more part which is not important for you, but for technical yes it is important, which we call it as AOS service. Okay, so AOS service within the application we have, if you go to the services, so you will be able to understand the this particular concept. There are two services which needs to be always running when you go with the when you want to run this particular application. Okay, so this is the service. If I click on the M, you will be getting that. Okay, micro export framework, batch management framework, these two should be running. Okay, so there is a particular step. Once you download, you connect this VHD with the either with Hyper-V or either with VirtualBox. Okay, so there are multiple blogs written by the people now. Okay, so we are working on this particular application. Okay, we as a functional consultant, you are not responsible for anything like this. Anything like this, you will be working with function from the functional part. Now coming to the website, you will be getting your email ID. Okay, one email ID is required. With this email ID, what you will do? With this email ID, you will be logging to the portal. Like on the Flipkart, you have a website, you have a your user login, right? On Amazon, you have a user login. On Netflix, you have a email ID by which you are by which you are logging in. So similarly, here also you will have a email ID. This email ID will be of your customer. For your own machine, if you want to configure, you should have a on Microsoft account. Okay, on Microsoft login ID should be there. Okay, now once you log in, you will be getting or you will be landing to this particular form at the home page of this machine. Okay, so this is the whole application where you will be logged in. Now from the setup part, what is important, how you want to start, that is more important. Till here, if you have any doubt, please don't hesitate to ask any question. A small question can also help me to learn from you. Okay, so if you have anything in your mind, you can ask me right now. And we are now going to start with our application. I hope, I wish you best of luck. You learn a lot from here, and going further, you get a job also from here. It is my best wishes for you. The product is very simple to learn. Okay, if you learn it and if you practice on it. Okay, so now
What
anybody?
is, excuse me, what is Azure?
Good question. Okay, so Azure is basically a cloud. Okay, and Azure is basically a cloud. So what happens over here is within, I will tell you with the in concept of my website. Okay, so Azure is basically from the functional point of view, you will not be getting the access of Azure cloud. Okay, but yes, from the technical point of view, you will be getting the Azure access. Okay, what happens over here is I told you the lcs.dynamics.com, right? Once you download, same process happens for your client also. Let's say for example, your client came up, we are working with the mm, let's say for example, we are working with the with one of the IT firm. Okay, the IT firm name is TCS wants to implement Dynamics 365 finance and operations within their system. Okay, within there to track all the TCS, you know, what are the type of businesses they have. They have IT business, they have their health facilities, they have their hotels. Okay, hotel chains is there, and then there are multiple chains are there. Okay, so what they want to install D365 for to track all these applications. Now what they will do, they will ask a partner. The partner can be your KPMG, can be your PwC, can be your EY. All these are the partners of, and all the IT firms, Accenture. Okay, even TCS is also a partner of Microsoft. Okay, so what they will do, they will log into the lcs.dynamics.com. From here, they will create a project, and against a project, they will be able to create your uh, application. Okay, this application is, what is this application? There will be few this website application is means website. Okay, the website. So what will happen over here, there will be three types of environments. One is a production environment, second one is a UAT environment, and third one is a testing environment. UAT is natural testing environment, the development environment. Okay, so these three environments are required. These two are considered as a tier 1 environment, where your SQL database is not provided to you. Okay, and over here this is a dev environment. A complete dev machine will be provided to you like this. I am in the VM. So this project is actually working on two type of uh, implementation. One is a cloud implementation, When you work with a cloud implementation, the database is stored in the Azure cloud. Okay, the SQL server, the SQL is with the Azure cloud. Then there is a on-prem also. Let's say, for example, you are working with a banking system, or you are working with any of the government projects. In the government project, data cannot be shared in any of the cloud. Okay, or let's say, for example, you are working with some European firms which are very strict with your database. The database should not go, any data, any vendor information should not go outside of European region. Okay, for that you will you need D365. You selected a product as a D365 to implement in within European region. What you will do, you will take the application and then you will give the on-prem. Everything you will manage. Okay, the SQL will be managed in your machine. Okay, in that case, you will be using your own application and you will be getting a SSMS. SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, once it will run, I will show you what type of database is there. Then, if everything is on cloud, like in India, there is no such restriction. If you're working with Indian client, there is no such restriction on it. So what you will do, you will go ahead with the SQL part. Okay, so this is stored in the SQL Azure. Okay, so whatever you will find, normally the domain, Active Directory, whatever you will find, you will be getting over here in the Azure cloud version. Okay, so Azure is nothing but a cloud. Okay, and in this cloud you will be storing all your database. But as I told you, if you are going with the on cloud version, the your SQL, your database will be managed by the Microsoft. Okay, and whenever you need any backup or anything, that you can ask for directly from the Microsoft, raising a ticket. Okay, so I hope I am clear with your question. Okay, but in
Yes.
your as a functional consultant, you will not be getting this any type of query. For that we have a technical consultant, and you will directly reach out to the technical. Okay, on Azure, it is not about the database, it is about the Power Apps. Okay, everything from the Power App side is done in the Azure cloud. Okay, then there is Azure functions, but that will be utilized for the integration purpose. Let's say, for example, you are directly communicating your D365 finance and operation application with ICICI Bank. Okay, whenever you create a payment, that should be debited from ICICI, and the information should come automatically in your D365. So for such type of integration, obviously you will be using the Azure functions, okay, or the logic apps. Such type of things will happen. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. Okay, now for technical thing, everything is written in the code. Okay, and whatever I will show you, that can be managed via code from here. Okay, the Visual Studio, you will deploy the product. Okay, but that is for the technical consultant, not for the functional part. Let's start with our core concept now. And how we are going to start, let's say, for example, when we will start, we will be starting with a module. What are the module I'm going to cover? I'm going to cover firstly the majorly there are three particular certifications. One is your MB310, MB335, or 330. Okay, then there is a MB320. MB320 is for manufacturing. This I'm not going to cover. These two I'm going to cover, where your, I can say, 80% of your job will come from this particular domain. Okay, one is your finance I'm going to cover, one is your SCM I'm going to cover. Okay, both these certifications are available on your Microsoft portal. So just you need to type over here MB300, and that's all. Click on it. The first option you will get from the learn.microsoft.com, and exams MB310. Okay, and then here you will be finding everything from your whatever is measured. Let me go to the requirement path for D365 finance and operations. Go to the learn profile. There is a syllabus I just want to show you, and then I will be starting with my classes. It is asking for me to log in. I don't want to log in from here. Partner query study guide, I believe PDF. Study guide, yes. So in this study guide, you will be getting everything what actually I'm going to cover. Okay, common features. This is not MB310, it is MB300, no? Okay, MB310 I want. Let me go to Google, is much better in this case. Let me go over here. Okay, so I'm able to log in into my machine also, virtual machine. Okay, I will show you. The password is PASS at word one. This is the password for all the VHDs, common password. Okay, and once you will be able to log in, you will be getting uh, the environment. Let me show you first MB310 certification. This is important, which you are going to cover. MB310 MS certification. Hmm. Yes, finance functional consultant. Okay, so finance functional consultant, you should be able to get all these modules I'm going to cover. Okay, so these are the modules I will be covering. You should be able to understand these modules. So this is the whole module we are going to start with, and this is from Microsoft side. And what I believe personally, how I approach to to the application is this I told you because whenever you are going to learn or whenever you are going to practice, you start practicing from here also. Okay, this will help you out. Microsoft has given you everything over here. Okay, set up the configuration, account receivable, accounts payable, manage budgeting. But right now, if you dive into it, you will be stuck. Okay, so after some time, after 4 or 5 classes from my side, then you go over here. So module wise, how we should start. As per my experience, you should start with org admin module, system admin module, then GL module. This way we are going to cover. Okay, after the GL module, we will be working with cash and bank management module. After the cash and bank management module, we will be starting with the accounts payable module, product information management module, procurement and sourcing module, sales and marketing module. Then we are going to start with our this is all about your finance. Okay, in this you will be covering everything, and it will be 60% of my whole class, what I say. Okay, now after this, once you are done with it, we will be starting with the add-on which will help you out to crack the interview, is the FA module, fixed asset module, asset management module, asset leasing module. Okay, PMA module, project management accounting module. Then we are going to cover budgeting module. Okay, budgeting. Okay, and little bit we are also covering the warehouse module as well. Okay, so advanced
Accounts
warehouse.
receivable, accounts receivable.
That I AP obviously, after the AP it will be covered over here only. Okay, accounts payable, account receivable, this will covered in the finance. Okay, so overall this will take around let's say how many classes we will be covering, and this will be my whole module. Process wise, if you say what you are going to see, so you are going to learn about the firstly the setup, how the setup will be done. Okay, then we are going to cover the O2C process, order to cash process, procure to pay process. Then we are going to cover the FA as I told you. Okay. In this, I think everything will be covered. The taxation, yes, the taxation will be covered. Okay. So normally these will be the modules which we are going to cover. Okay. Now coming to the part how we are going to start. Okay, so we are going to start with our project, the like we do in our standard application. There will be 5 legal entities. Okay, and the 5 legal entities will belong to different regions. US region one, then secondly you will be working with the UAE region, the Dubai, and then you are working with the Australia and UK, and then there is one company will be in India. Now why I have taken one company from each? Why? Because US has a sales tax plus VAT also. You will be learning the VAT. UAE VAT, Australia GST, UK sales tax. No VAT, sorry. हाँ, VAT. the percentage is different. India, GST. This is the main core part of your whole application. People will ask you that what type of taxations you have worked on, what type of projects you have worked on. So these five legal entities will have a separate one elimination and the separate consolidation. Now, what is consolidation? What is elimination? Those who don't know, those who are very new to the finance terms, the consolidation is basically in the US. There are few assets. Asset means bank accounts, okay, cash, accounts receivable. All these comes under the asset category. Assets of US, assets of UAE, assets of Australia, assets of UK, assets of India should come to one company, consolidation, and they should give me the complete asset. In US, I have an asset of $10,000. UAE, I have a dirham. Australia, Australian dollar. UK, pounds. India, INR. Everything should come into one application, into one particular company. Okay, so for that we have a consolidation that also we are going to cover in this particular whole domain. Okay, so these are my five organizations. To save the time, what I will do, I will create these five legal entities and I will try to cover up in the org structure also, so that you will be able to link it up. Okay, now to create a company in D365 finance and operations, so what we do, we create a 4-digit code. Okay, so 0000, or then starting with 1 2 3 4. Okay, so these four is the code of the company, these 4 digits. You can take any number or any alphabets also. Okay, so we will be working with, let's say for example, we are working with the Coke. Okay, we are going to implement for the Coke beverages, and this Coke beverages is in US, UAE, Australia, UK and India. For the US region, the code will be C001. For UAE, the region will be C002, and C003 will be for Australia, and UK C004, and for India it will be C005. I hope now with these, whenever anybody asks from the Coke that okay, show me the books of Australia, they will go to C003 and they will be able to give the books of D360 finance and operations. Okay, now from the project wise, Coke can't go directly to the lcs.com. As I told you, they will not have a LCS partner email ID. Okay, so they will go to the partner lcs.dynamics.com, lcs.dynamics.com. So this is the lcs.dynamics.com. Now they will go to the partner will give them the install all their application, all their URLs, everything will be there. Then a Coke person will have a email ID, right? Let's say for example Anand at cokeus.com or something like that, coke.com. Okay, some email ID will be given. Okay, all of us are working somewhere right now, so we will have a official email address. Okay, official email address coke.com. Okay, for example, now with the coke.com you will be able to log into this particular environment. What I'm going to do, create a company. Okay, before creating a company, you will see this is the list of companies where D365 is working. Okay, when you install a standard application, you will be having a 4-digit code, okay, with few data in it. Okay, so the most probable data will be in the USMF entity. So USMF is a 4-digit code. This is what I am telling you. Okay, so in the USMF, if I go and if I go to accounts payable module for the all vendors, I will be seeing all the vendors over here. But in T001, which was before the T001, if I log in, the vendors are not there. Why? One company can be a competitor of another, right? Two subsidiaries can be a competitor of another. So vendor data should not be, master data should not be shared. That's why this is not shared. Okay, only one accounts payable, all vendors. I will be able to see only one vendor. So majorly what I want to show you, using this 4-digit code, you will have a separate master data also. Okay, so this is all about your whole legal entity. Okay, the whole master data. Let's create our 5 legal entities. For now, we will go to the org admin module. Where is my org admin module? Organization administration module. Under the organization administration module, I have a organizations. Let's go to the legal entities. Now once I go to the legal entities, legal entities, yes, click on the new button. Same thing you have to follow. Okay, I will request everyone to please follow the for few days, for at least for 10 classes with me. Whatever I'm doing before the class, it should be there in your machine as well. Okay, so Coke US. Else what will happen in the starting, you will like you will like the product. Okay, you will be understanding with me. Okay, what is this? Coke US, just 4 digit of code, C001 created, and it is in US. That's why we have created taken the company of US. That's all. बस ये इतना सही करना था, and it is done. Coke C001 is done. Okay, now I will create few more companies. So the company code you can say, okay, you will feel like this. अरे यार इसमें तो कुछ है ही नहीं, ये तो बहुत easy है. But what will happen at the end? At the end, it will be a mess. Okay, and there will be multiple features implemented by me within the system, and you will not be able to understand. Okay, going further, you will not be able to connect the dots. Okay, so I will request everyone to please have it in your machine. The environment should be in your machine. Okay, so Coke US, then Coke UE, and C002, and this is in, I told you, in UAE. This is UAE, I believe it is. The country code is a shared data. It is provided to you, and whenever you will install it. Okay, this is, you need not to create company data in your machine. Okay, so UAE, United States, United Arab Emirates. Where is my? I think it is ARE. Yes, United Arab Emirates. The code is ARE, and then click on OK. Now few more, we will go with the Coke UAE, US हो गया, UAE हो गया. Then we will go with the Coke UK, and the code will be C003, and the country code will be United Kingdom. So I think it is GPR. Okay, United Great Britain. Okay, so C003. Let's go to the new button. We'll go with the Coke UK हो गया, and then AUS Australia. There is some specific reason, right? Why I am taking the country region. If you see a localized functionality region, detect using company address. This country code is actually deciding your taxation. Okay, if I go to US, I will get a sales tax, but if I go to UK, I will be getting VAT. So using this localized functionality region field, system is able to track. Okay, so that's why I am giving this code. Okay, so Australia, AUS, click on OK button. Now 4 companies are created. 5 company. Let's create a fifth company also, which is Coke India, and the code will be C005, and the country region will be let's say for example IND, India. Okay, now we are done with the company. But as I told you, the company structure, these 5 companies are there. Then we want one elimination company and one consolidation company. That means there is a field which is used for consolidation process, used for elimination process. So I want the Coke elimination company. Coke elimination company. So it is C005 done 6, C006. Where will the elimination take place? Let's say for example Coke is from US organization. Okay, so US, we will give this as USA. Nothing will happen other than the elimination within this company and elimination, so used for elimination process. That's all. Click on the save button. One more, the final company I'm going to create is the Coke consolidation. Coke consolidation C00, what was it, say 007, 4-digit code. And then here we go with the USA, where the consolidation will take place. Consolidation will take place in US. Coke is in US. From US, they will be able to track down how many assets are there. Okay, the consolidation is done now. Save it. Done. Nothing else needs to be done. Now, what will happen? This is just a company. Okay, you have to link it. So where you will link? You will go to the organization administration module. You will go to the organization hierarchies. Okay, so in this way, how you will identify this whole thing, you will be asking. Once you go with the project implementation, you will be getting the, firstly, you will go with the discovery phase. Okay, this is the new project. Let's say you all are working in KPMG. Okay, so you are getting a project from Coke. Okay, so Coke, you don't know the business, but you know D365. So what you will do? You will go to the Coke team. They will show you, this is my finance process. We we do purchase. Okay, for the purchase order, this is the process. They will show you. Okay, this purchase order is done. Let's say, for example, they have a Coke portal. Okay, this Coke portal is an application designed in .NET. Then what will happen? This Coke portal has some fields where they click on the PO, purchase order, then they select the vendor, then they select the item, and then they click on the click button and purchase order is created. Now you need to map this with D365, this particular portal, because going further, this portal will not be utilized by the Coke, or if it is getting utilized also, there should be some integration between the D365 and finance and operations. So you will be preparing normally we call it as BRD, business requirement document. After, based on the business requirement document, this will have a requirement, and there will be requirement number 1, requirement number 2, requirement number 3, like this you will be having. Then against this requirement, you will be creating a FRD, functional requirement document. Then against this functional requirement document, there is a functional design document. This functional design document will be given to the technical team for any customization. They will create a technical design document, TDD. Once the approval has come up, you will start designing it. You will start configuring it. Technical team will start designing it. Then this is the whole process. So whatever I have created over here, this whole structure is called as organization structure. Okay, so this organization structure you are going to ask from your customer, and this customer, once give this organization structure, you will be designing it over here under the legal entities. How many legal entities you have to prepare, that you will get from the org structure. Okay, then this org structure is created. Once this org structure is created, you will be coming to the D365. I will take two more minutes of yours, and then I will finish it up. Okay, org structure, click on the new button. Over the new button, I want to create Coke hierarchy. Coke hierarchy. Okay, Coke business hierarchy. Coke business hierarchy. Then you will save it. Once you save it, you click on the assign the purpose. What is the purpose of creating it? So let's create a purpose. So adding it, this is the name of the organization hierarchy, only you can take it. Once this is done, you will click on the save button. Click on the view hierarchy. Once you click on the view hierarchy, you click on the add it button. Click on the add it legal entity. On the legal entity, first on the first level, who will be there? Consolidation company will be there. After this, who will be there? Insert. After this, Coke consolidation, I want Coke elimination. I will tell you the concept of elimination also. Elimination came up. Now, what I want to do, I want to add one more legal entity, which is Coke US. Okay, when 1 minute, huh? 1 minute. Let me click on it, then it will come. Okay, click on the insert button, legal entity, Coke Australia. Now I will select over here only. I will go again with the legal entity, Coke UAE. Click on OK button. Click on one more time, legal entity, कोक यूएई हो गया, यूके, अच्छा हाँ, so कोक यूके legal entity, कोक इंडिया, and then coke legal entity, coke US. So I hope this is now done. Okay, so I have 5 companies. What you need to do, you will click on the publish button. Effectively, from when it is effective, from today, any changes you want to describe, so coke business. So in this way, you have linked all your legal entity. What is legal entity? You know now, legal entity is a company in the outside world. For us, it is a company. Okay. So these 5 companies you will be able to publish. Done. Organization details. Let's publish, save it, go back once, and then you will be, once you click on the view hierarchy, you will be finding that okay, at the top level coke consolidation there is there, then coke elimination is there, then there is a US, UAE, UK. So we have to implement in these 5 companies. Okay, so in this way you're going to cover your organization. I hope now till here you are able to get me what I'm telling you. Legal entity, let me revise for one more minute with you what we have done till yet. We have started with our organization structure. Okay, so what is organization structure? When you have multiple, when you have a big firm, okay, like TCS is there, or any Maruti, okay, or Hyundai, okay, Tata Motors, okay, so such type of big companies will have multiple subsidiaries. Okay, so these subsidiaries will be easy to capture within the org structure. So this org structure we have prepared. Now this org structure can be very difficult also. Let's say for example, this is the Maruti. Okay, so they have one plant in Japan. Okay, within Japan there is multiple companies. Okay, so three, one, two, three, and then two has another two companies. Okay, then four and five. Similarly, if I go, so that's why this organization structure is important for you. Okay, what we have learned today from the D365 finance and operation side, the interview question is your legal entity. What is your legal entity? Legal entity is a company within D365 in outside world where the real time operations are taking place. Okay, so going further, when we meet today tomorrow, then we are going to start with our configuration from system admin module. Firstly, I will tell you what is system admin module. Then I will be telling you the navigation also, how you will navigate within the application. Okay, so this is my whole class for today, and I request everyone, if there is any doubt, please note it down. Try to make these 2 points within your environment. One is a legal entity and second one is the organization structure. Okay, I hope things are clear to you. Keep a notepad, keep a notebook. Okay, questions will be piling up, and as I proceed further, many things will come up to you. Okay, have a notebook with you, and try to, whatever I'm telling you, try to make a note. I will also, wherever is a complex concept is there, I will try to come up with a PPT. Okay, and then on that PPT I will try my best to give you whatever I have learned in my 10 years of experience. Okay, so and that experience, I again wish you best of luck to start this journey of learning. Okay, and get a good job from here, and let me know in the future. Okay, so thank you, thanks all. If
Thank you
there is
so
any
much.
question with you, yeah, thank you. Let's meet tomorrow at the same time. Okay, so thanks. If there is any doubt, please do let me know. Okay,
Sure,
yeah,
sure.
okay, okay, thank you guys, thanks, bye bye.